Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. Today we're going to talk about what the equilibrium price for Vechain is, because it's been pumped lately, and if it's going to come down and what it should actually come down to, and then we'll talk about some future stuff. So this is the chart for Vechain for all the way from the time it actually switched from VEN to VET right now. Now, there is going to be an event that we're specifically going to look at, and that is Binance actually on June 14th, announcing that they are actually going to shut off Binance.com for US users. Remember, this was before Binance.us, and this is definitely way before Binance.us announced that they were gonna list Vechain. So as you can see, back in March, early this year, we were actually, and we're going to talk in terms of Bitcoin ratio, because most of the Vechain pairs that Vechain has online are with Bitcoin. There is one with USDT on Binance.us, but most of them are with Bitcoin ratio. So Vechain is very, very tied to Bitcoin until it can get some fiat liquidity, which it really doesn't have right now. So you can see it came way down from about 264 Satoshi all the way down to about 100 and slightly above 100. And then it kind of leveled off here for several months, for around 1.5 months. And then towards the beginning of March, it started rising. And that was because of the Vechain summit that actually occurred in early April. So from early March until early April, it actually rose from around 110 sats to about 150 sats. And then Satoshi, and then it started dropping. And then it starts dropping to around this 90, somewhere from 90 to 100 Satoshi area until about June 14th, June 12th, June 13th. And then from June 13th to June 14th, it suddenly dropped 8 Satoshi, and then afterwards it just kept dropping. Now remember, June 14th is that critical date, and we'll actually look at all the news from June 14th, like US customers be blocked from trading from Binance.com, Binance to stop US traders following announcement. So that's on June 14, 2019. So VET's ratio to BTC took a giant dump on June 14th. And it basically dumped on this little slope all the way down to about 65, came up to maybe about 70, and then continued to dump downward all the way down to a minimum in September, October of about 39 Satoshi. And then, we've had the good news that we've had from October, Binance.us and everything else, and now it's almost at 100 Satoshi again, sitting at about 92 Satoshi right now. So where is the equilibrium value? Because it's definitely been pumped lately, all the way past 100 sats. Now it's back down to 90 sats. Where will it actually settle, or will it repump? I actually do think before Vechain stats goes like crazy and essentially pumps it because of utility, it does have to settle somewhere. And we are probably pretty close, a lot closer to that settling value than I originally thought. Because if I look at this graph on June 14th, which is that date, the devastating date where we actually got the news of Binance kicking Vechain off, we were at around 92 sats on June 13th and on June 14th, US time, when we actually got the news, it dumped all the way down to 88 before going straight down again to around 65. So right now, we are at exactly that Satoshi value, around 92 Satoshis. Now, even before the Binance thing, it was slowly coming down. But as you can see, around mid-May, end of May, we sort of kind of found like an even footing. And it wasn't until the news was announced that Binance was going to cut off US customers that it actually started dumping way down. So before right before Binance.com was announced to be taken away from US customers, we were at about 92 Satoshi, which is exactly where we are right now. I do think it would have probably dipped a little bit more, because you can see on May 18th, we had a slight peak at 107, and then the next peak was slightly lower at 96. So I would say, based on that, our equilibrium value is probably around 80 to 85 Satoshi, because we've had a lot of good news and people are very excited going into the new year, and the conference is usually sometime early in the new year. So I would say we are fairly close to the equilibrium value at around 92 sats, because that is the value it was at the day before Binance.com announced that it was closing the US visitors. Of course, that has now been countered by Binance US adding Vechain with a USDT pair. So that's been kind of alleviated. But since it was still going down before the Binance.com announcement back in June. I do think it would have gone a little bit more downward and probably settled at around 80 to 85 Satoshis. So I'm going to say like the equilibrium value is around 82, 83 Satoshis. So I do expect it to at least retrace around 82, 83, if not slightly more, even with all the good news that's actually coming up, because Vechain's stats does not actually tell that we actually have utility value yet. And according to a lot of Sunny's interviews, it's going to be a while before utility really affects price. So based on what the price was before Binance.com closed to US visitors, and the fact that we've actually now countered that by Binance.us adding Vechain, I do believe that the equilibrium Satoshi value is around 82, 83 Satoshis, about 10 less than where we are now. So let me know what you think of this video, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.